Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In view of the prevalent COVID conditions, you are requested to adhere to the COVID appropriate behaviors like wearing masks properly, washing hands frequently, maintaining social distancing and avoiding crowded places. In the headlines today, Preventive Vigilance Awareness Program commences at HRD Center. PRCI Rourkela chapter celebrates World Communicators Day. Some Vahana awards presented to 3 luminaries of the Steel City 2021. And 2 executives of SAIL RSP bagged prizes in All India Open SAIL Story Writing Competition 2021. Pavitra Mohan Pradhan, a fighter for common folks. And now the news in detail. A 2-day-long training program on preventive vigilance awareness commenced at HRD Center on 29th October. Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED PNA, was the chief guest of the program. Ms. Rajashri Banerjee, CGM HRD, Mr. M.K. Gupta, GM Vigilance and ACVO were also present on the dais. In all, 52 participants from different departments of RSP are attending the program. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Satpathy stressed upon the need for more clarity and transparency in processing files as well as in public dealings. He also emphasized upon self-discipline and preventive vigilance to fight the evils of corruption, which has a direct impact on the society. Speaking on the occasion, Ms. Banerjee said that transparency is the most important aspect while dealing with public money, hence every effort must be made to ensure it. Mr. Gupta underscored the need of promoting ethical values in public life and becoming more conscious of these credos while working in a public sector setup. The program focuses on the purpose and role of Vigilance Department and its core activities, procurement procedures and CDA rules for executives. For an in-depth understanding of the subject, case studies are also being used as a tool of training. The sessions are being conducted by Dr. P.K. Sahu, GM, PL, IR, Rules, PIS, GA, CPIO, Mr. M.N.V.S. Prabhakar, GM, ED Works Secretariat, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, DGM Vigilance, Mr. A.K. Biswal, AGM Vigilance, Mr. S.K. Senapati, Manager Vigilance, and Mr. Bipin Narayan, Senior Manager MM Purchase. The program started with the rendition of the national anthem. The Vigilance Pledge was administered to those present by Mr. P.K. Satpathy. A film on preventive vigilance was also screened on the occasion. At the outset, Ms. Rajashri Banerjee welcomed the gathering, while Mr. H. Pati, GM HRD, proposed a formal vote of thanks. Mr. L. Marandi, Manager HRD, coordinated the program. The Public Relations Council of India, PRCI, Rourkela chapter celebrated World Communicators Day 2021 in a function organized at Indo-German Club on 28 October 2021. Mr. Pramod Kumar Satpathy, Executive Director, Personnel and Administration, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP, was the chief guest on the occasion, while Dr. Simita Mahanti, Professor and HOD, Humanities and Social Sciences, NIT Rourkela, was the keynote speaker. Mr. Ashish Gadnayak, Bureau Chief, Sambad, Rourkela Edition, Mr. Debendra Chaudhary, renowned writer and recipient of Odisha Sahitya Academy Award, Ms. Archana Satpathy, DGM PR and COC, RSP, and Chairperson PRCI Rourkela chapter were also present on the dais. Notably, the theme of the event was Communication in the Age of Globalization. In his inaugural address, Mr. Satpathy spoke on the process, pattern and significance of communication and how it affects human behavior. Citing different real-life examples, he narrated how communication can have catastrophic impact if it's executed in the wrong way. Mr. Satpathy reiterated the need of effective and affirmative communication for a better and cohesive world. Dr. Simita Mahanti, in her keynote address, articulately presented the concept, effect and future of globalization. In her elaborate talk, she gave a detailed account of how the world is adapting to the new reality with the perfect blend of globalization and localization. Speaking about the rapid change in technology-driven communication, she stressed upon taking along the next generation, which remains a huge challenge. In her introductory address, Ms. Archana Satpathy deliberated upon various aspects of globalization which has transgressed the society in every sphere of life. Mr. Ashish Gadnaik in his address spoke on the need and effectiveness of globalization in the print media. He also spoke how the literary world is adapting to globalization, with language taking an universal shape and so many words of certain languages being adopted in other languages. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Debendra Chaudhary described how the literateurs are warming up to the new reality and making more efforts to create a better world through their writings. The highlight of the evening was the presentation of the Samvahana Awards. The chief guest presented the awards to 3 luminaries of the Steel City, Mr. Ashish Gadnaik, Mr. Debendra Chaudhary and Mr. Manoranjan Dash, Bureau in charge the Samaj Rourkela, in recognition of their outstanding contributions in respective professions. He also felicitated Mr. B.N. Mishra, Executive Member of PRCI Rourkela Chapter, for his book Jersey No. 9. Mr. Mishra also spoke about the book on the occasion. Mr. Dhirendra Mishra, Immediate Past Chairman, PRCI Rourkela Chapter, felicitated the chief guest and the keynote speaker in the function. Earlier, the program commenced with the lighting of the knowledge lamp by the chief guest and other dignitaries. The anthem of PRCI was played on the occasion. Mr. J. J. Das, Vice Chairperson, PRCI Rourkela Chapter, welcomed the gathering, while Ms. Pratima Sahu, State Executive Member, PRCI Rourkela Chapter, proposed a formal vote of thanks. The program was coordinated by Mr. Shashank Patnaik, AMPR RSP, and General Secretary, PRCI Rourkela Chapter. Mr. C.K. Sharma, Manager PR and Treasurer, PRCI Rourkela Chapter, Mr. S.R. Biswal, Manager PR, Ms. Pooja Rawat, AMPR, and Ms. Shaheen Sheikh, Executive Committee Member, PRCI Rourkela Chapter, extended support in the smooth conduct of the program that was attended by members of PRCI and eminent personalities from different fields. It is worth mentioning here that PRCI is a pan-India body of professionals drawn from PR, corporate communications, advertising, media, event management, academics, and allied domains. 2 executives of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP have bagged awards in the All India Open SAIL Story Writing Competition 2021. Ms. Divya Dash, Senior Manager CCW, has won the 2nd prize, and Mr. Sampad Mishra, Senior Manager Refractories, has bagged the consolation prize in the English category. Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED PNA RSP, handed over the awards along with certificates to both of them in a function organized at his conference hall on 26 October 2021. ED PNA congratulated both of them for winning the awards and also encouraged them to keep up their creative spirit. Both the award winners shared their thoughts and background of their award-winning stories. Mrs. Archana Satpathy, DGM PR and COC, spoke about the objective of the story writing competition. Ms. Pooja Rawat, Assistant Manager PR, anchored the event, while Mr. Soumya Ranjan Biswal, Manager PR, coordinated. It is worth mentioning here that the story writing competition is an initiative by the company to create awareness amongst people on steel uses. The competition's theme, SAIL creates a meaningful difference in people's life, both in Hindi and English languages, encourage participants to share their experiences about SAIL and how the steel maker is changing or adding meaningful difference to the lives of people. The competition saw a huge participation and an overwhelming number of entries were received from across the country. As a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is presenting a series of news on the eminent personalities of Odisha, some well known and some lesser known. Today's personality is Pabitra Mohan Pradhan. Pabitra Mohan Pradhan was known for his formidable spirit and tireless fight against injustice and exploitation of the common folk. Having lost his parents in the childhood, he had to wade through untold misery to complete graduation from Ravenshaw College. Though he started his career as a teacher, his interest lay in welfare of the common man. He was the man behind the successful Hizarat Andolan that was directed against the king of Talcher. He spearheaded the movement against the totalitarian regime in his native land, Talcher. He took part in national movement as a true patriot. Apart from being a dedicated freedom fighter and a great political leader, he had also left his mark as a writer. This great leader of Odisha left for his heavenly abode on 13th June 1988. And that's all for now. Namaskar.